Okay, this is Bruh versus Sparkle Princesses. So we've got Bruh over with Ryan RP, and Sparkle Princesses over as the Reckles. So I'll do a little bit of intro, and then I will try to get y'all a header. So we've got over on Bruh, the Bruh side, we've got the John Bart, Pommern, a Nelson going for a tier 7 ship, which I believe has a 27 mil nose. There's going to be a whole bunch of overmatch going on with the Nelson, but it does have a heal, and it's got a nice forward gun placement. And a Fuso, bring it in a tier 6. Over on the other side, we've got, a tier 2 Mikasa. trying to rob Peter to pay Paul. And we've got a Republique, a Grosser Kurfürst, and a Georgia. Georgia for the zip, Republique for the zip, zippy speed, whatever, and Grosser Kurfürst for just straight up brawl. Whereas on this side we have the Pommern, which is an FDG with torps, kind of, although lesser. I think it has smaller guns, but that's not a bad thing because the guns are very accurate compared to the FDG. John Bart, I mean, it is French, probably has some ability to move around, but mostly it's got a reload consumable. Nelson, we'll have to see what they do. So while they are slowly moving into position, we've got the Georgia aided by the Kurfürst. The Mikasa is seeking cover because, please God, don't let them kill me. I'm just a small little boat. And Republic, all of them going center. No side pressure at all. That's probably going to be rolling up a pretty severe surprise motherfucker moment, which could be interesting. Whereas we have a more even dispersion over on Bruh. Georgia has nose into the cap. I'm assuming he is throwing on the brakes. And no angles for anybody to see anything. Fuso also pulling away from A. Only side cap contest coming in from Bruh, as Pommern is about to dip into it. Pommern, the only one I think here with torps. Torps being a severe threat should somebody actually get into knife fighting range. And shells out from the John Bart to the Republic. John Bart is bow in, doesn't need to move, doesn't need to change. Just got two guns firing forward. As long as they don't break, they're in a good position. And it does look like it's a big breach play. All three tier 10s oriented right in the middle here, looking for some straight up trading. As the Georgia and the Kurfürst secondary bros are going to start raining into this Nelson. And the Nelson with the 27 mil armor, well, 27 mil armor, is going to just be melting under the concentrated fire of two battleships, two secondary spec battleships. Although it looks like it's just the one Kurfürst is now raining, the Georgia has backed up. Not exactly sure why that's the case, but it has happened. Damage being distributed amongst all three as the Pommern secures Charlie and sees a Mikasa and probably thinks that's lunch. Well, that was a whole bunch of miss. But still, a sizable chunk of the Mikasa is no longer on the ship. As the trading continues in the center, the Fuso... Does the Fuso have any angles on anybody? Fuso does not. Fuso's just going to burn for A and go for the long-term cap points, as opposed to being in the attrition war, as the John Bart, I believe, has to be reversing. Nope, holding steady. But the Nelson is not having a good time. All kinds of secondaries coming in from that Kurfürst. Nelson beaches, he's got nowhere to go. GK sitting there going, ha ha. As more and more gets pounded off the Nelson, John Bart is down by a third. Pommern has more successful shooting out at the Mikasa. Mikasa known for its secondaries, not able to use them. There's some big boy shells coming in, and the Mikasa goes down. The Pommern is showing an awful lot of side to a Georgia, who is slowly moving those turrets to say hello. But if that Pommern can get in there, use some torque pressure, that could make some stuff happen. 3-3, Nelson's gone down, but so is the Mikasa. That's going to leave a tier 9 staring down 2 tier 10s, while he is constantly lit on fire by dinky little shells. And the Pommern is slowly making his way over. Bra launches the torps, slow to move forward, not able to connect. Georgia moving forward. Georgia too much engine power to sit around and ain't got time to wait for nobody. Georgia moving up, hanging with his tier 10 bros as the John Bart continues to be focused. Uso gets some shells out. It's going to look like a handful of confetti as it splashes all around the Republic, celebrating the soon-to-be death of the John Bart. Pommern moving in harder on the Georgia. Georgia continuing to run. Some secondaries coming out. But at that angle, not a whole lot of anything that's going to happen. Real question is the Pommern going to be able to make use of those torpedoes? Because the Pommern is going to have to use some kind of torpedo pressure here. That being said, the Fuso will be finishing the A-cap in a little bit. 8 minutes, 50 seconds to go, and while the Pommern kill is going to be worth a fair chunk of points, they still have to go in Cap C. They still have to do some other stuff, and if the George is able to leave and the Pommern disengage, they'll even have a problem with the B cap. But looks like the Pommern snuggled a little too close to his island waifu, got stuck doing chores at home, and is not able to catch up with that Georgia. Unfortunate. Fuso cutting through. If all three of these guys stay together and head over to the C-cap, the Fuso might actually be able to back cap B. I don't know if that's actually going to result in a win per se, but... And it looks like it's the YOLO Torp Fever. Power of Prayer. Those chucked out. Kurfürst is going to move forward, probably even has Hydra running, one would have to assume. Not going to happen. Pommern goes down. That's going to leave the Republic, the Georgia, the Kurfürst, all in a steam trade heading towards sea. While the Fuso is not quite turning toward Bravo yet. But I think we can, if we continue to see this happen, I mean, once they take C, unless the Fuso has any pressure on Bravo, that's just going to be a point win. Not much is going to happen there. I'm going to leave the camera on. We can watch the Fuso, who is turning away from Bravo to save his soul as he looks for a vacation cruise to the nearest island. While Sparkle Princesses are taking C, George is coming back looking for some food. Shells are out. But the jukes come through. Do not connect. More shells also not connecting. Fuso looking to man mode it. See if he can kick in his solo warrior. A few shots coming out from the Fuso. Looks like HE. Sprinkle, sprinkle on the Georgia. One hit. Get a little bit of chisel. George is going to have its return fire pretty soon in the air as we speak. Kurfürst doesn't have the angle. Republic's way off and nowhere. Shells coming in. Thump, thump. Take some chisel out of the Fuso. And we're going to see some return fire as well. Alrighty. So Sparkle Princess is looking like they've got this one in the bag. 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Fuso refusing to die. So, we are stuck here watching them. I don't know if they get any bonus points for living until the end of the round. I guess I'll have to ask. But in the meantime, try to make us a little header thing.
battle ends in 5 minutes.
And that clinches it. The game no longer afoot. Sparkle Princess doing the thing.